Hello, everyone, and No Life here. And today I'm going to be giving you guys, I guess, a bit of a recap on the community check in that we had yesterday. So, this was basically just Matt from Gun kind of giving us an update on what's going on with the game so far. And for those of you who do not realize, Sumo Nottingham, who did, well, basically most of the work, if not all of the work on the game, has I don't want to say abandoned support, but they stopped doing development on the game as of last patch that fixed a bit of the bugs and whatnot that are going on with Virginia's release in the mill. So taking over for Sumo is Black Tower, and of course there's a bit of a growing pains on passing the keys over to them, but they are, I guess you could say, getting towards the end of this shift in development and now this is the part where things should start being a bit more polished up and cleaned up. So first and foremost, we have the matchmaking. So a lot of you know there's like an issue with the backfill, which makes it so when a family member leaves the lobby, it is very tough for another family member to go and take that spot. So one of the things Matt touched up on is that they are trying to diagnose what's going on with the backfills or just the lobbies not filling up in general, and it's getting a little tough to figure out what's going on with them because the dodging. People are dodging so much; it's hard for them to figure out, again, why the lobbies aren't filling up. So until they can diagnose the problem, they're going to be doing a solution to cut back on all the lobby dodging. Now, I'm already going to say it right now. I'm calling it, but I think that they are going to end up doing some sort of penalty for you disconnecting the lobby. Like right now, for those who do not know, if you cancel your search, there is like a maybe a 30-second timer before you can re-queue again. So they might end up doing something like that when you leave the lobbies to kind of punish people from, again, dodging because, oh, I see a sissy. I want to play sissy. Why aren't you cook or hitchhiker? So I think if they do something like that, hopefully that cut back on people dodging. Either that or they're just gonna get frustrated, just stop playing. But again, we'll soon see how that pans out. So next up, they mentioned that they are going to be putting out more patches for the game. So again, this is a benefit of us having Black Tower, who, as far as I know, don't have any other games they're working on. They get to fully focus on this game. So again, we'll be seeing two patches a month, or again, a patch every 2 weeks. So they mentioned that with these patches, they're going to be having one that's focused on mostly bug fixes with some content in it, and then another one that's going to be mostly content with some bug fixes. So basically, there is going to be a patch roughly around April 30th, again, assuming nothing goes wrong, and that patch is going to have a family skin that they said is going to be releasing with it. So we don't know who the skin is going to be for, but I get a feeling it's going to be a bloody skin for Nancy. So you can quote me on that. I'm that sure that we're going to get that bloody skin. But they also said that we're going to be getting some free stuff again, potentially around April 30th. So I get a feeling it might be some recolors of everyone, all the victims' base skins. For example, we have that Danny skin that's been floating around for a minute now. So there's a good chance that we finally might see that added to the game, and I hope so because that thing's been in the game files. You see Danny getting killed with those skins all the time, and for some reason we still don't have it. So I can't say I do remember seeing a while ago there were some leaks, like for example, Julie's gonna get a recolor for default skin where she's wearing black. So again, we'll see when those skins finally show up. Because I could definitely say that they'll be showing up by the time they end up adding more player levels to the game or that in-game currency that they teased a while ago in one of their dev streams. Which again, I'm gonna go ahead and say that now. They did say that they definitely are going to be getting around to adding currencies and extended player levels, so it's only a matter of time before that happens. But moving on along here, they also mentioned that the upcoming update, I'm going to assume April 30th, we're going to be getting a bunch of perks that are going to be adjusted. So we already know that Grappler and fast hands are going to be adjusted. So I get a feeling they might end up finally touching the chase build on Hitchhiker. You already know those three perks. They've all been problematic, and people have been screaming for a scout nerf after the nerf choose flight. So it's only a matter of time before they do something to those perks. And they mentioned at the end of the stream when they start answering questions that they are thinking about nerfing exterior alarms as well. I know Slashing Cast, he had a video he put out a while ago where he mentioned that they should nerf the fact that exterior alarms highlights the basement doors. And honestly, I agree. You get maps like Family House, it gets to the point where you have victims in such a stranglehold on that map with exterior alarms that you can't get out the basement without someone seeing you. So I think that'd be a fair nerf for that perk. As I don't know what else they could possibly do to that perk to nerf it besides that. Now they also got onto buffs for Sunny and Sissy, and Matt responds to that by saying that they are currently working on that stuff here, but they are giving it some more time for it to kind of cook in the oven, as he phrased it. So when the team is satisfied with their work, they will eventually release all that stuff. So in the meantime, there is going to be a perk update, and I believe it was just overall a update to the skill trees in general, where they're going to be moving some things around, potentially making some perks more accessible than they were before, and of course, splitting up some perks so they can't be comboed, as well as adding more perks to people's trees. For example, Anna not having Grappler and Taekwondo, they might finally be giving her more options by putting, I'm sorry, not Grappler, Taekwondo and Agitator. So they want to kind of make sure all the victims have, perks like that are for like a certain situation that they currently again don't have an answer to. Like for example, Virginia didn't have any kind of perk to reduce Grandpa by additional levels, but with this new update we have here, now she's got a perk that reduces Grandpa's level further in addition to healing herself. So stuff like that is what they plan to do with the perks, and they said that some of these added perks and stuff to people's trees kind of work as a bit of a buff to Sunny as well. So I'm personally hoping that they don't add Bomb Squad because we already have Clear Eyes for Sunny, so that kind of gives some counterplay with Hitchhiker. But if they end up just straight up adding Bomb Squad to Sunny's tree, you are going to get some major power creeps going on there. So next up here, we have Leatherface. So for a lot of you, you might have seen a lot of strange things going on with Leatherface, and I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I'm glad they finally addressed what's going on with him because it turns out they have been doing a lot of background works on reworking him, and a lot of stuff has been kind of slipping through the cracks and ending up inside of the live game. So all the stalling issues, I'm sure that's them tweaking him. You of course now have the door stun issues, which they have fixed. A lot of people think they didn't fix the door stun at all, but it turns out what the issue with that is the fact that his stun is like so short that you barely notice it's happening. Like if you play Leatherface yourself, you see instead of him having the animation getting knocked on his tail, he instead just kind of backs up a little bit. Then he's just back on and getting on to killing victims there. So again, this was something that wasn't supposed to get to the game. They're still working on it. So they're probably honestly not going to increase his stun time or anything like that. But eventually, when they finally do fix all the issues with him, that's when we'll again get the finished product. But the point of these changes is to make him more imposing, more of a threat. Because obviously having a 300-pound, 6'7" man getting knocked in his tail by, the buck 20 Connie doesn't make much sense. So I could definitely agree with some of those changes. But I could already say, as someone who likes playing Victor from time to time, I'm definitely dreading them making it even more annoying to get away from Leatherface. So we'll see how this ends up. But they did tease that they have some skins for Connie and Julie coming soon. They refer to them as cool though, but not cute or anything. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what that means. Like, are they going to be wearing like vacuum jackets or something? I guess we'll just have to see. But they did mention that they are not opposed to the idea of having more hairstyles to the victims and stuff. So hopefully we'll finally see some more variety in their hairstyles. As right now it's literally just new clothes, but not hairstyles. You have like Connie who has the little bandana or whatever tied around her hair, but you know you don't have, let's say, Anna's hair tied up in a ponytail or anything like that. So again, it'd be nice to see that for variety's sake. Now, they also mentioned that they will be trying to catch up Nancy execution wise, so hopefully somehow they manage to pull that off. I do know that leaks say that the next kill pack is supposed to have, I believe it's one kill for Nancy, one for Hitchhiker, one for Cook, and then there's going to be one for Johnny and Sissy. And then there's supposed to be two for the new killer. In fact, no, I don't think Nancy is included in that leaked pack. So yeah, I don't know how they plan on catching Nancy. The only way I can really see them doing that is by them releasing maybe like a bloody skin and two executions with it, or one or two executions with it. But again, it's just good to know that at least are aware that she has less executions than everyone else, and some way somehow they're going to start putting more in. So they also mentioned that they are going to be doing some things to Johnny. A lot of the issues with him they blamed on latency, but it definitely doesn't help that they removed Johnny's stagger from his lunges, whether that was intentional or not. Now it's just brain dead easy to use him. I also should have mentioned this a bit earlier when I was talking about Sonny and Sissy, but the new family member is still in the works. He's not canceled. It's just that again they wanted to push him back and give him some more time to cook so they can get him just right. Although I personally believe that he is going to end up showing up in the middle of May. As again, this next update is more so going to be bug fixes, so that means 2 weeks after this update is going to be content. So you can quote me on that one too. I'm telling you, early May, teasers for them are going to come. Now, they also mentioned that there are going to be some changes to the grappling system as a whole, whether that's going to be something like the family member getting a bit more of an advantage during fights so they don't lose everything to Leland trying to fight you over the pressure tank. And especially now that they finally fixed choose fight, in addition to the long stun from the sneak attack, you now have to deal with the long stuns from losing a grapple. So I've definitely seen a lot more Lelands and Annas trying to go for those pressure valve escapes, and I could definitely say that it's starting to get old, and they seriously do need to do something to the grappling system. They of course have some adjustments to perks, and then Matt actually kind of let it slip. He mentioned empowered when he was talking about grappling. So I believe they're going to be doing some sort of nerf to empowered as well. I personally believe just reducing the values would help, as 50 feels like too much. That's like half a victim's health. Although I can't say 30 doesn't feel too good. I hate to say it, but any more than 30, and it starts to feel too good. So it really can't be helped. When you see a perk used this much, it's for a reason. So something has to be done to it to, again, rein it in and give the family an easier time. As again, one of the reasons why the family queues are so bad right now is just the fact that no one wants to play family. Well, not family queues, I'm sorry, victim queues. You get more people having fun on family. Naturally, more people are going to queue for family, and the more people queuing for family, the shorter the victim queues are. So I hate to say it, victims, you kind of have to take it on the chin a little bit if you want the reward of having shorter queues. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So I believe that's about it for all the balancing talk. I don't think they had anything else balance wise they really mentioned, but they did say that they are not opposed to the idea of doing some sort of community costumes, not community costumes, sorry, community events around like the whole fan art for new characters and outfits and whatnot. So they did say that it's going to be a bit harder to you know have a community event kind of like what Dead by Daylight does, and then have that cosmetic in the game because, of course, legal issues and all that. But we'll see how all this stuff with this whole geez, why am I, over this community costume thing, whatever they may do, pans out again if they even do it. I think that's just about it. I can't think of anything else I'm really missing from the dev stream besides that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap this video up. This is a little bit unplanned. I'm not gonna lie. I'm usually a bit more in tune with what's going on with Gun Socials. This one kind of surprised me, to be honest. Just was scrolling around on YouTube and I seen someone having a reaction to the community event. I'm like, whoa, okay. I guess that's what happens when I don't check my socials for one day. So I decided to just go ahead and do this impromptu video on it. I'm still gonna be doing another video in a few days or so, as it's been, well, as of next Tuesday, it would have been a week since I got my hands on a new update and all that. So I, of course, want to give you guys my thoughts on, the new perks that are available in Virginia's trees and my experience with the updates and whatnot. So I can definitely say so far I haven't seen any game-breaking bugs or anything like that. I was gonna complain about Leatherface stun not being fixed from the doors, but it turns out no, it's just so short now that you barely notice it. But again, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. So if you enjoy what you saw, well, or heard here, rather, please give it a like. Consider subscribing if you want to stay up to date on all my videos. I usually like to do one per week, but as you can see here, I've done two on TCM. And be sure to comment below. Let's get some discussions going on here. Was there anything I missed about the stream that you maybe wanted to get my opinions on or anything like that? That's, by the way, the main point of this video, just for me to really give you guys my opinion. So if there's anything I kind of didn't phrase right or I gave you guys some sort of false advertisement or messaging or whatever, again, that wasn't my intention. It's just me kind of haphazardly just giving a recap on what they said and again trying to react to it wherever I can. So of course, if I do end up giving you guys a bit of a TLDR here, that's even better because that stream is about 50 minutes, almost an hour. So the fact I managed to cut this down to around 17 minutes, I think is a win. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, get a life.